Today's the second day of testimony in the sentencing phase for Tanner Horner. The former delivery driver admitted to kidnapping and killing 7-year-old Athena Strand.
Jurors will now have to decide if he will get the death penalty. Today, they saw hours of body cam video from officers who were searching for Athena's body. Fox 4's Dionne Castillo live tonight with more. Dionne.
Hi there, that's right. The jury has been watching video of Tanner Horner in custody as investigators worked to get him to reveal what he did to 7-year-old Athena Strand and where he left her body. At one point during questioning, Horner began responding as his alter ego, a personality whom he says is named Zero. And while drawing a map, he underscored his confession.
You don't have to say it very descriptively. You can say what you did to her, though.
I killed her. So I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with the body. So we left here and started going down like I was heading back to where I remembered the bamboo brush area.
Now, throughout that session, Horner talked about his family, his job, and the stress that he was under in the courtroom. Lead investigator in the case with the Texas Rangers talked about what it was like conducting that interview, including with Horner's alter ego.
Was there any other person, place, or business that he laid blame for causing her murder?
Not that I can recall, other than him blaming his long hours and his work and some of the things going on in his life.
What's his demeanor during this interview?
His demeanor through the course of these interviews was very laid back. I mean, he wasn't worked up, had a cool, calm demeanor.
At one point during the questioning, does this made-up person come up?
Yes, sir. Throughout the course of these next couple of interviews, the name Zero and that fake personality or alter ego comes up.
Did he tell you how he made it up and how he created it?
Yes, sir.
Tell us about that.
He stated it was something that he and his wife had discussed in the past, and he named it after one of his band, and actually had a tattoo on his arm that had Zero on his arm.
Now, we have seen compelling video of Horner's arrest when authorities pulled him from his FedEx truck, as well the field work where he led investigators to multiple locations that were bogus before he took them to the actual spot where the 7-year-old girl's body was located near a section of the Trinity River about 13 miles from her home. Now, Horner is convicted. He pleaded guilty at the start of the trial. This is the punishment phase. He faces a possible death sentence for the kidnapping and strangulation of the 7-year-old Wise County girl in November of 2022. The defense has said that Horner has severe brain damage and his life should be spared.